Hello again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever it is that you are. Welcome to another scene of Living World of Darkness, the Mage venue. We start the scene this time with Lena running towards the chantry, basically slamming open the front door and then slamming it shut again, pretty much cursing while she does it. And she's gonna yell for people. Hey, anyone, guys, fucking hell, come on! You're always here. Where the fuck are you people?
Lena, calm down. We're here. What's going on? As Jack sort of comes through from the other room.
That bitch of an imp is in my boss.
Sorry, the imp is in your boss.
Yeah.
Quibblecop is possessed your boss.
Yes. That's not
What?
funny, Jack.
No, it's not funny.
So,
I agree.
Claudia, all right. What's going on exactly? Demon possession? What?
Yes.
And he's not gonna leave there unless I pass you guys a message.
Okay, can I make a guess and think that it's about his new free range of demonic contracts with no attachment fee?
The message is that if Eamon wants to do, if we're gonna go after Eamon's family, which he knows somehow that we're doing, then we kind of need his help.
That's Eamon's decision, really, isn't? And yeah,
I just passed on the message. That's all.
that's fair enough.
So,
Eamon's around somewhere. Oh, see, Armachon said he's joining soon. He's just checking on something.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that while, any help is welcome, I think that precisely that's the kind of help we don't want, considering that we're kind of pointed finger at for potentially being infernalist or consorts of devils. So,
Eamon,
no.
Eamon thinks.
I know.
Yeah, because Eamon thinks anyway that the Quibblecop sent by his cousin. And basically that if we do anything involving Quibblecop, not that we would anyway, that if we do, then House Kazatori will, use it to
I mean,
royally screw us all over.
Look, I already told him as much. Well, I told him that we weren't gonna do anything. I even told him I wouldn't even fucking accept any deal he made. But the problem is having an imp inside my boss who happens to be, somewhat important in certain, parts of the city.
circles?
Yeah, that's also problematic.
I mean, did he specifically said he was taking him hostage, or
He said he wasn't gonna leave unless I conveyed this message. So here's the message, and I'm now gonna call my boss or that bitch of an imp and tell him that I conveyed the message and that he should fuck off. Well, he told me to get back there, but
Hmm.
Hmm.
I mean, even if theoretically Quibblecop is not sent by Eamon's family, because as much as it's a big subject, it's not necessarily the center of the universe, as someone could have sent it, but like, yeah, no matter who fucking sends it, like that's no, like it's as if like a vampire is coming at your door and say, hey, if you let me in, I'll help you, and yeah, maybe, but he's definitely going to suck you up.
Yep. Exactly.
Lena is gonna roll her eyes.
Sorry.
Yeah, whatever.
Thank you for
So
passing it on. as well. That he's in your boss.
So
I'd love to offer to do something about it, but I don't think I can.
I
I
think
mean,
that
he's
was going to
supposed
be
to
my
leave
question.
because
He's also a demon. He may be lying.
Mm.
what do you mean he may be lying? I think he's really in there.
No, the idea that he will leave. He's a demon who's possessed some kind of criminal boss. I imagine he's having a wonderful time.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give him a call. She'll get out her cell phone. She'll dial little Joe's number.
It rings. Amazon's here, by the way. It rings and then call rejected, and you get a text that say can't talk, gone to take in a show.
She'll send him a message back. What the fuck, asshole? I just gave him a message. Now fucking leave my boss.
You'll get another reply that says that was not the deal. Have fun.
Fine. Okay, guys. I'll see you guys later.
What? What do you mean?
The deal was I had to give him the message and then to give you guys the message and then come back.
So it doesn't technically say we can't come.
Suggesting that we go and meet a criminal gangster.
I think that would be a very, very, very bad idea.
I agree.
So do we cross fingers and hope that he leaves the bus?
What's
Yeah, I
left to be
guess.
lost if I mean, he's already a gangster.
Dude. A gangster boss who is also a demonic creature from the seventh ring of the hell or whatever. Like, you don't see a problem with that.
It's not an
You're
ideal
really-
situation, but we can't force him out. He can only leave of his own accord. And I mean, it's already a gangster. Like, it's already kind of awful.
Lena, you're going to get another text. It says
Mhm.
Hamilton good? Question mark.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
What's going on? As Eamon kind of enters the room.
Lena texts
Oh.
back, what the fuck is Hamilton?
Lena has some news. Wait, Lena doesn't know what Hamilton is?
I mean, probably Lena does. A
It's
player,
a-
on the other hand, at this moment, is kind of like, "Huh?"
It's a really famous
Very-
musical.
Oh, is it? No, I
Yeah.
was not aware. You know what? I'm gonna guess that Lena also wasn't aware because that makes sense for the character. So she's like, "What the fuck?"
We got
Yeah.
news, you guys saying.
Sorry, Moosh. What did you say? Like, there's some mic noise somewhere, and I can't hear what you say.
He said, we got news? What news?
The imp wants to give you a message. Which basically is that he knows that we're going to go after your family and we can't do it without his help.
Making demons with deals is not something I will do. But if the imp is sent by the family, there are plans, and God damn,
I mean, to be honest, they invited you to come and see them. They know we're coming.
they didn't invite me to come and see them yet.
I thought that message. I thought in the
In the
message.
text, they didn't.
Okay. Either way, I'm
Let
sure
me
that
check
they,
it as he
yeah.
opens his phone.
even if they didn't, if they don't, I'm sure they still think you're going to try and come. It'd be pretty insane for them to not think that.
Yeah. So, what are we going to do now with the? How did you get the message? As Eamon looks at Lena.
He's possessing my boss at the moment.
Sucks to be your boss, I guess.
Yeah, probably. Or anyone connected to him. Or basically the entire city. But, whatever. So I'll see you guys later. Or not. Depends on what he's going to do next. Apparently I have to go to this Hamilton thing.
It's really good. You got tickets like
Awesome.
you got same day tickets to Hamilton. Demons are powerful.
Luna's just going to give Jack a look like, really?
It's mostly a joke.
I don't like gangsters, but let's make sure Lena is safe. Because I think that Lena, on her own, will create more problems.
Gee, thanks.
No problem, Lena.
Is she looking at Claudia like, you serious with that guy?
She's got.
So just to clarify, I mean, I understand you want to go with her, but going to some gang headquarters. Surely, if we all turn up, we'll look somewhat. Yeah. My understanding is criminals aren't the
We can just
friendliest
stay at the
bunch.
outside.
Are you saying that it's Operation CIA again?
I imagine they'll be less convinced.
Oh man, here I wanted to do my duty for America.
We can go wait outside.
You guys
But I
don't
think-
need to come. I got this.
I think we should change the way we look. As Eamon ignored just what Lena said.
Respect, Lena. I mean, if everything goes fine, then you do. If ultimately the danger of a demon possessing your boss is exactly what you expect it to be, then he may eat you.
I thought
I'm
they were
not
more
that
into
tasty.
souls.
I mean,
Yes, you can take care of yourself, Lena. It's fine. We know.
I've seen, ultimately, I'm sure there's some demons that eat people.
Sorry, Amush, what did you say? Because I literally didn't hear it, and I want to react snarky to it.
He really fastly says, yes, Lena, we know you can take care of yourself.
Awesome. See ya.
If she really wants to be this bitch, but this, this bitch, I don't mind her going alone.
Fair enough.
Are you sure it's a good idea?
Oh no, I don't. I think it's a terrible idea.
So we're gonna not sit our ass here, or
Eamon,
It's a problem with attitude. You understand what I mean?
I
it
Both
doesn't
men
matter
want
if
to
it's a
just
Isn't
go.
me-
problem with attitude.
no, literally, this isn't about telling you off, and the attitude is a problem. It's much better than it was, but Eamon, can you see what's going on? Follow her.
Can try. From a distance, you mean, right?
Yeah.
He nods. And he will go to his room.
Will he invite the others to accompany him, or will he just come out if he sees
Oh,
anything bad?
he will. No. He will invite everyone to come. To watch as well. Out of curiosity, Robbie, can I make them see what I'm about to see?
You need mind 2, I believe.
No, I don't. I can't do it
I
then.
mean, but what you can do is, if you're doing it like via a crystal ball or something, they can just look at the crystal ball like you are.
Oh, okay. Then yeah. This is a written road. I can explain and read it again if you want.
No, that's fine.
I have Lena's hair from the old times, so I can track her quite easily.
That's very true. 1 success needed.
So yeah, Eamon will just watch from a distance.
Viewing
So-
party in Eamon's room.
Tell me what Lena does. And this is where we find out if she, I don't know, picks her nose, farts in public.
It's like one of those salad farts that just smell awfully. But no,
Where are you going?
so he said Hamilton, and I
Mhm.
just heard from someone that is a musical. So I think Lena's gonna Google if there's like any viewings of Hamilton going on right now, or
Yep,
gonna
there's one in
happen
Times
within like
Square.
a few hours.
It starts
Okay, then
in.
she will go to
It,
Times
it,
Square.
it
Oh
started
God.
10 minutes ago.
Oh God. Times Square. Yeah, that's certainly not where an imp should be. Yeah, no, she's gonna rush over there, taking the subway.
Okay, as you get there, you're in crowded Times Square, Weaver Central. But you don't feel any of that. And yeah, eventually, after looking around for a bit, you see Joe. He is outside one of the theatres arguing with security.
Yep. She'll go walking up to him.
As he sees you, he is going to turn and say, "Never let a limp have any." He'll say, "Never let me have any fun," and the body is going to flop to the ground.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
The security step back and they're like, "What the hell? What?"
Yeah, she's gonna check, see if he's like okay. He's even alive.
Quick, shake him.
He's unconscious and has a fever. The security are calling an ambulance.
Hmm. Good, because Lena was gonna shout at them like, "What the fuck are you standing there out for?" And yeah, she's probably just gonna wait until the ambulance gets there and then Goes back to the chantry.
Okay. The ambulance arrives and he's put in. As you're waiting for the ambulance, he kind of wakes up and he looks around. He vomits, like
Ew.
the kind of vomit. He's clearly got alcohol in him, and Joe just looks at you absolutely terrified and starts saying something in Chinese. Do you speak Cantonese? I can't remember if your character has language.
No. Hell
Okay,
no.
I know you got some. Okay, that's fine. You don't understand what he's saying, but he looks terrified of you. Yeah.
Okay. She is not like, he's just gonna say, dude, just chill. Everything's gonna be fine. Ambulance is gonna take you to the hospital and we'll talk later. Ciao.
Cool.
And yeah, I think with that she's gonna go back to the chantry.
That is what you guys see.
Woods comes back. Go downstairs, so we're ready to.
Yes, I'm conspicuously reading a journal.
Eamon is changing, TV, one TV channel to another.
Please tell me he's doing it with his wand.
In the remote.
No, he's using a remote, but it's like the Americans made a deal with the Russians. Russians have agreed that they will give political correctness to everything that they do.
Everything good to do?
So,
Exactly. Like when someone listens, you don't understand what it says, and it always sounds like.
Yeah.
Lena will walk back in. Obviously a lot calmer now. Hey.
So, how did it go?
Well, the moment I arrived there, he did leave him, I think. Said some weird, I don't know, sounded like Chinese to me, but... and they've taken him to the hospital. I don't know, man. It's fucked up.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
Yeah, sorry for, that was... Yeah, never mind. So, now what?
I mean,
We can go to Whistle Stop to talk with Charles and the others to tell our plan.
What's this whistle stop?
you should probably come and see. If you're part of it,
I'm not
it's
gonna
fair
like
enough.
it.
I just ask one thing, Lena, and I mean this in the nicest possible way.
Oh dear.
These people, Whistle Stop, firstly, some of the people here are incredibly powerful, and they are the actual traditions. We want to look good in front of them. Please be nice.
Okay, keep my mouth shut.
Say, be nice.
She's just gonna look over at Claudia and kind of glance towards Eamon, although she doesn't really need his answer, and she's looking at Claudia like, he means keep my mouth shut, huh?
I think it also have to do with, safety, considering some of them are pretty she she puts her two fists in front of her and she just jab, and those may or may not be pointed at Eamon.
Yeah. One of them did I have seen one of them beat Eamon to the point of unconscious and then throw him in a lake.
Huh.
Lena thinks, can't be that bad then.
I wasn't gonna say.
Eamon is quite proud. Eamon looks quite proud and a bit smug, but sad that he couldn't join after he's beaten. It feels like he did it for nothing. So his
did it.
smugness kind of stops after 2 seconds.
It's worth pointing out that Jack found it funny either way.
You can almost see on Lena's face that she's so sad she wasn't there, but she'll nod as she says, "Well, you know, you guys stayed out of my business, so I guess I owe you guys. Sure, I'll be good. I'll be on my best behavior."
We have, so yeah, because we've not managed to locate a spare node, as of yet. So, we'll email Evan Love and ask for a taxi.
Sure. You get a reply almost instantly that says, sure, Charles will be over soon. And within 40 minutes or something, Charles will turn up and... Oh, sorry, no, does he know where you are, actually?
He doesn't know where the Chantry is now.
No, then he'll say he'll meet you wherever you would like. There's the tea house he seems very fond of.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll go to the tea house first.
You arrive there and Charles is happily sipping some tea. And he'll stand up and he'll say, "Ladies, gentlemen, pleasure to see you all. How are things?
Can't
I hear you
complain
have
too
need
much.
of Taxi Charles again."
Yes. It turns out.
Hello, Charles.
Hi, Charles. And
Hi,
Jack will sort of
Charles.
he'll shake Charles's hand.
Eamon will shake his hand as well if it's offered.
He will. He'll shake all of your hands. Has he met Lena yet?
Nope.
And this one I don't recognise.
Lena, this is also Charles. This is Lena, the newest member of our merry little band.
Charmed.
Lena, this is Charles, a friend of ours.
Pleasure is all mine.
I'm going to take a leap of faith and assume that you're awakened.
Yeah.
Jolly good. Well, there's a function room in the back. Shall we take it? I have an understanding with the bar owner.
Lead the way.
And he will. And yeah, they'll get into the back. And he'll say, "No luck on that node yet."
No, I'm afraid not.
Mm-mm.
Been somewhat preoccupied.
No, I quite understand. Now, what's your little misadventure to whistle stop about this time? I've told you that there's questions being asked.
Well,
We kind of want to talk about that, actually.
cards on the table. What happened is, so, well, firstly, do you want to explain what's going on with your family, Eamon?
I have been told in front of many other mages when there was a party at the whistle stop that I can't enter the Order of Hermes. I am not allowed for some reason. I was very angry and I left the meeting and went near my family. I come
Family
from
can be a
a
dastardly dull affair sometimes, can't it? Apologies, Amy. Do continue.
I come from a bloodline, and when I went near my grandfather, I met with my cousin, and basically him. I have learned that I am the heir of the house, and I am asked to give up my position, and only then maybe I can join the order. I said no, and my cousin, I have many cousins, but I'm not gonna confuse you by giving each one of their names. But I have a very, I had a cousin whose name was basically he dropped me to the city, but he gave me a paper saying that check it later, and he was looking with like watched, like he was very confused and a bit scared. 3 days later, I have saw in the news that he was killed and cooked alive. People and the my uncle, who's my mentor, said that the house is corrupt and I should run away.
Oh. Corrupt, you say? What
then-
way?
Well, the continuation of the story actually will confirm, or like I'm not sure, but then we have this imp appearing around us
Sorry
and
to
following
interrupt,
us
Eamon.
around like it.
To qualify when the cousin was found dead, he was found being roasted next to a banquet table.
How ghastly. I'm sorry for your loss, Amy.
Eamon, like it seems that Eamon like avoided giving a lot of details about that because he seems sad when Jack brings it up again. He loved his cousin, and then he says, "Thank you, I appreciate your words, Charles." So the after this happened, we had this weird rumor regarding I may have a sister.
A weird
And-
rumor regarding you having a sister. May I ask where this rumor originated?
It come from a guy who handed me this paper as he pulls the paper out of his pocket, showing us my family tree.
Which guy?
It was the bartender in the whistle stop.
Hengers? Why is Hengers got to do with your family?
When I asked him who gave this to him, he said, "I don't know, just someone gave it to me." I kind of insisted, but he just said, "I don't remember." I so
Armachon,
When-
can you roll me wits enigmas?
I don't think I have enigmas, and I will try.
If you don't have enigmas, you can't roll it.
I am going to check if I do.
I think it's a
I have
knowledge. isn't it?
enigmas too, which is strange. I usually never buy enigmas.
Well, there you are. You're in luck.
Yeah.
And just tell me how many successes you get at difficulty 8.
I get 3.
You get 3. Okay. You remember back to the text message that you were sent by your cousin, the gloating one, that said, "Thank you for finding her for us." And something clicks in your brain.
He was going to say it, but like he didn't come to the part of the message yet.
Okay.
So I got this parchment that shows my family, but at the same time, while my cousin died, we got this we have this imp appearing out of nowhere and basically harassing us to make a deal.
Excuse me,
Literally.
harassing you to make what deal?
Basically, I am your friend. Like he pulls another paper, which is basically a couple cups, offer to make deals that he got from, someone in the street that Quipple Cup gave it to him. If you remember, you PM'd me.
Yep.
And he gives
Charles
this
will
paper.
take out a handkerchief. He'll take out a handkerchief and he'll hold it through the handkerchief. And he'll put some spectacles on. Well. Attempting to entice you, I see. How strange. I assume that none of you have interacted with this creature.
Well, except to tell him that we're not interested. Not really.
Good, very wise indeed.
All we did was basically telling him, no, fuck off, we don't need you. But it just didn't live us, and I made a ritual to find my sister. Basically, I thought that maybe this is part of something. And then we went to Canada to find my sister. And when we did, and basically met with her, Cripple Cobb appeared again, which is the name of this creature, imp.
I'm sorry, what was it?
Cripple Cobb.
How bizarre. Apologies, do continue.
My friend came with me and explained them that I don't want to put my possible sister in more danger, so I wanted to come back and find my uncle, who's now not answering my phones, and he is a member of Order of Hermes. He's not reaching to me in any way, shape, or form, other than just telling me that paper he just sent me. And I was worried for him. This imp keep saying he is held by grandfather. I can help you to save him. So the second I enter my house, I get this text, as he shows the text, and I can read it if you want to, so everyone can hear. Oh, just a second. Eamon opens his phone and reads. Dear cousin, I do hope you enjoyed your holiday, and congratulations, a new member of the family. I bet that was emotional for you. We are having a family reunion soon. Your dear sister will be guest of honor, seeing as you found her for us. Blood is a useful tool, isn't it? Pity yours is impure, hers is too, but will still be useful addition to the party. Don't be late, XXX. P.S. Let's talk this way in the future. Sending anonymous messages by drunks in the whistle stop was a pain in the behind. So it was her who sent the family thing.
So you think your your cousin has manipulated you to find your long-lost sister. Why?
I have no idea. But we also think that it is her or the grandfather who sent the imp to us. Because not long after that imp just started making, trying to ask his deals, someone in the whistle stop gave the rumor of, yeah, they're doing demonic magic.
Well, yes, that was me. It said a member of the Order of Hermes and the Celestial Chorus seemed to, I don't know how they do it, but seem to be detecting demonic influences in the area of New York, blah, blah, blah. Naturally, your names have been mentioned.
Well, my family lives in the upstates. It kind of counts as New York as well. Not in the city, but, state.
Frankly, it seems a bit strange. The There are such things as infernalist mages. It's one of the greatest crimes you can commit within traditions. Usually they like to keep a low profile, but this particular group seems to be virtually inviting you over. If that's what they are, I mean, I must stress that the Order of Hermes can push the boundaries sometimes. Frankly, I hope you don't take offense at that.
Push the boundaries, as in?
Well, I'm not particularly swatted up on your order's history, but I believe that when you seek absolute knowledge, sometimes no stone can be left unturned, and sometimes what you find under those stones isn't overly pleasant. All I'm saying is, are we sure that it's your family are behind these grisly acts? Just because they're disinherited you doesn't mean that they're demonic. I'm not meaning to pry into your business. I'm simply playing devil's advocate.
I checked where my sister is with correspondence, and she is in the house. Their house. Mansion.
Right.
I mean, didn't you also found that your uncle was there? Their house?
No, he didn't. It was what Imp told us to do. I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
find out where my uncle is yet.
But I mean, it doesn't matter, how. I mean, I guess the point is that yes, more proofs are better, but I mean, the text message regarding the sister, it it does feel kind of cult sacrificey.
She is right, and also it's my sister, and she took it away from me. She knew you, and my uncle is missing, and an order mage stating that house is corrupt. So I understand that there's a lot of politics, but this is where we kind of want to ask your help and your cabal's help.
Well, Eamon, and the rest of you naturally, we can do our best to assist. I do hope you realise that there's more strings here than. I think the best thing we could possibly do at this stage would be to get to the bottom of this, to prove your innocence. You know, if we can find out that there's been all sorts of nasty going on with the rest of your extended family, then, well, frankly, these accusations that are starting to stir will, well, probably do their best to disappear.
They may just make my sister disappear to have less proof. It can't. It is I who caused her life to be in danger. I can't just willy-nilly throw her to the flames. Whatever I must do, I must do it soon.
What do you plan to do then?
Eamon looks at Jack as in like bit of a look. It's a very like a not. I'm gonna say tender, but it's like a very weird moment of Eamon showing weakness, willingly to like get some reassurance by looking at Jack.
Jack will just sort of nod towards Eamon of go ahead. Explain the plan.
Takes a deep breath. They're expecting us to assault the house because they probably they invited me there. But in their hubris, they gave us a lot of information about their plan and how they achieve things. I wish to challenge my cousin to a duel because she has my sister. There's two mages who have disagreements. My blood is pure as she claims it's unpure, but it is pure as much as hers. I have every right to challenge her based on this text. Now, the challenge is, of course, a bit weird business, but our aim is not to get vengeance, is to save the sister, Charlotte. And all I ask was to at least be there when we make these claims, and so maybe we can pressure the mages to actually accept the challenge. And when the challenge comes, I will provide some potions that will make you look like Jack, Claudia, Lena, and Sylv. I want my family to think that they are my only play is the challenge, but basically when the challenge comes, Jack, Claudia, Lena, and Sylv will try to save my sister from the mansion. Actually, he will not say Lena because he doesn't know if Lena agreed to this.
I can speak to the others and we can. However, I did offer my assistance whenever necessary. So, yes, of course we'll help.
I thank you a lot, Charles. This means a lot to me.
It's quite alright. Besides, it sounds much safer to be the distraction in this instance.
Can you repeat what you said one last time? I'm sorry. The last one.
It sounds much safer to be the distraction in this instance.
I am lucky to have friends like Jack, Claudia, and so I am lucky to have the cabal I have. They danger themselves to save my sister.
Well, you do seem to be growing in number.
Yes. And ultimately, it's not there's other corrupt things going on in the city, but we think they're mostly in hand-ish.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Well, just say when we need it, give us some prep time in advance, and the four of us will be there. I know Solomon would like to see Sylv again.
If that's too much to ask,
Amen? It's not too much to ask.
I
We must combat the enemies of Ascension.
He nods and he says, I would like to talk with the mages of Order of Hermes and the Whistle Stop to basically claim my challenge to the mage of my family, known as Visenya. Visenya Valerian.
If you would like, I think Constantinian's there, and certainly we can head over right now if you'd like. So let me get one of Roy's business cards. And he'll pull them out, and you see he has essentially a business card. And he will burn it, and when he burns it, as if on command, a portal opens. Well, ladies first. He'll gesture to Lena and Claudia.
Okay, then let's go.
Yep.
Lena is glaring at the portal very suspiciously.
As you
Claudia will take Lena's hand and just go in.
As you step through, Saskia, there's a photo on the Mage chat, on the Mage Facebook group, but it is a large cavern with, on one side, a giant mansion that appears to, it makes you almost slightly dizzy to look at it. There is a large airship, and in the middle there is a spire of rock with what looks like a tavern on it, with floating rocks around it connected by rope bridges. Everyone seems to take this in their stride, but it is stunningly beautiful, actually.
I can imagine everybody's taking it in stride, and Lena is just kind of stopping and probably stumbles. Not falling, just, stumbling quickly as she's gaping. The
Pretty
fuck?
cool, huh?
As you
Mhm.
stumble, Charles appears kind of like next to you. You don't really see him move very fast. He just kind of like just is there at the right time, and he'll catch you. And he's quite nimble on his feet. Steady there. The ground's quite uneven until you get into the tavern itself.
Right. Thanks. She steps away.
There are a few people around when I was here earlier in the day. And yeah, you'll walk up to the tavern and you will see a group that Eamon and Jack recognize. As they have them described as Diogenes advocates.
Our
There is-
friends.
There is a large Viking-looking chap who looks quite kind of like almost getting on a bit. There's a young woman who you don't recognize at all, and she's wearing. You see, she's wearing also Viking clothes, but you see, she also has sneakers on. You see Lucius Varenus, who is a large Roman-looking chap. You see a samurai, and you see somebody else sitting with them who you've not seen before, who I'm going to describe as a woman probably in her kind of early 30s, very colourful hair, kind of pissed off look expression. And this is Tasha. And I think everyone here knows who Tasha is, so that's fine.
Yeah. This pleases me.
As you walk up, they kind of glare over, and or some of them look over, just kind of like looking like kind of like the bullies in the school ground.
Is Mingan around at all?
Mingan doesn't appear to be around. The other person who's around is Constantius, who is actually sitting on one of the far things and appears to be like sitting cross-legged, doing some kind of like meditation. Are we straight to business, or do people want some drinks?
Always partial to a drink.
Yeah. I'm okay with a drink.
Well, Eamon, your chap's over there. My round. What do people want?
Jack's going to order something pale. Pale and sessiony.
Hengist assures me, Lena, that any drink you want, he can make a close approximation to, so literally anything you like.
Yeah.
And he will go off for the drinks.
Eamon will not look at the Diogenes advocates. He's not going to ask that guy again where's his beer.
Are you sure?
But he kind of looks at the Constantinus. I know that she is from a Hermetic of Bonisagus.
Yep.
Is she told that she is, I think? Is it he or she?
He.
It's a he.
Okay, sorry. But Eamon that won't
As
drink
you're,
anything.
as you're walking along, after Charles has left you, you hear coming from the table a whistle, and Eamon, something is gonna fly right past your ear. You can't really see what it is.
Yay!
It's the Amy kind of looks at his ear, like where the voice comes from, not his ear.
It's just to kind of like zip past your ear, and the samurai is going to look over at you and say, "You guys should watch out. There's some weird insects flying around. Nasty sting to them." And the whole group will kind of start chuckling, except the girl who doesn't really know she doesn't really know what's happening.
Your guys, I know that it's Dark Ages for you guys, but that humor, that's older than Dark Ages.
Lena's going to whisper to Eamon. It's probably because they're already stung by whatever bats in these skies.
But have fun. It was nice to see you guys again. Eamon says that he raises his hand. In a way,
Jack's gonna just put the hand on Eamon's back, like, calm down, not worth it.
No, Eamon was like after like he said what he said because he had to. Then he raises his hands and says like, "Nice to see you guys again."
You can kind of just see the difference, but basically, like they'll start laughing, and you can see Constantius appear. I'm sorry, not Constantius. Lucius Verenius appears to be kind of demonstrating holding someone down, and basically he's telling a story of how he beat the shit out of you, probably for the 50th time. He's like, I got better shit to do, and then he kind of like goes towards Constantius. It does, but maybe they will stop in the future. On approaching, he doesn't actually react in any way. And he'll wait for you to kind of address him.
Apologies, sir. I was hoping maybe we can talk in private.
Greetings, Eamon, and I believe the rest of Falkland Street, wasn't it? Fulford Street?
Fulton Street.
Yes.
Fulton Street. Apologies, I meant no insult. Terrible memory. What seems to be the matter?
There's some things we want to share regarding our chantry and my family. Regarding our cabal and my chantry. Pardon, regarding our cabal and my family.
Okay. Do go ahead. He actually gets out a it looks like a kind of weird geometric kind of object, and he'll basically kind of like set it to spin in his palm and set it down on a rock. And as he does that, there's a kind of like a whoomp, and you can't hear any sound from outside the kind of immediate few meters.
I don't think there is a need for me to repeat the whole story from.
Yeah, you can just say it.
Mm-hmm. And in the end, after he tells the story again, he will say, "I challenge my cousin, Denise, as she holds my blood in her hands."
I mean, you seem like a nice chap, but this isn't how any of this works. Your sister is a member of the Order, and you are not. You can't simply challenge her. Frankly, I should probably be informing her, technically under our bylaws, that a non-member is threatening violence against her.
She gonna duck. That is her decision, but I am literally saying there's a member of Order Hermes who's missing and claiming they're corrupt.
Well, I can begin to look into this, but again, accusations. Do you have any evidence to support this?
Her texts is in my phone. There's no real evidence of basically it's being sent by her, but This paper has been given to me by here.
He'll take it and he'll pull out some glasses that have like many different lenses and different colors and all sorts of kind of like strange devices, and he'll flick them around and begin kind of like looking at the paper. Well, there's certainly some lingering unclean influence on this, Eamon. And you have proof this came from your family?
Well, there's a text that it says that it's come from her, and when I checked the magic part of it, I checked where my sister is. It's in my family mansion.
Sorry, what did you give him? I thought you gave him the thing Queppelkop gave you.
Oh, okay.
No, the
No.
original letter.
Original letter. He gave
Okay.
part. I apologize. He will actually hand her everything that he has, which is the blood, like the letter of family that come from the Wisselstub. Just as
He'll say the letter just appears to be a letter.
okay. Basically, he will give the family one. The Queppelkop's message, and then he will show the messages, and then in the end he will say, I checked where my sister is after these messages came to me, and it's in my family, it's in my family mansion. Not my grandfather's mansion.
Eamon, I'm not trying to be obnoxious here, but there's not really any proof. If I go to the Order and raise these concerns for you with such little evidence, I'll be laughed out of the chantry. And then what if it's not true? What if there's some dear mistake or a problem? Or, frankly, Eamon, no offence, I've met you once. What if you're being disingenuous? And then, well, where'll I look? I'll have accused two reasonably high-ranking members of the Order of infernalism. You need to get me something more if you wish the Order to mobilize it and do something about this.
Eamon takes a deep breath because he doesn't know how to get an evidence. Can you check the past?
I have limited skills with Ars Temporis. Yes, why?
Eamon wheels kind of starts turning because I want to use the correct word. What was the correct wording for the correspondence?
Ars Conjunctius, I think. You just say correspondence, he'll get it as well.
My cousin, who's passed away, was eaten by those who killed him. I'm trying to find a way to check who did it. I don't have a way of looking at the past. None of my cabal made to do. If you can check it, surely we may have a sorry, the words kind of missed me. We may have an evidence that
So
we may have
you've
an
made
evidence
an
that way.
accusation, and now you wish me to gather your proof for you.
There's a life at stake. I don't have to if you help me.
Eamon, I like you, I do. But you're asking me to pry and begin investigating for infernalism a member of my order when you are not of it. You are not even a member of the traditions. You've provided very little evidence.
I am barred because of them.
Be that as it may, my hands are tied. I apologize, but
If
I have...
the order cannot take actions without proof, and that the verification through ars temporis would provide such a proof. Would you have someone to recommend who could provide services without endangering your or my mentor position with the situation of their colleague?
Well, I would. The obvious would be seek out a member of the Cult of Ecstasy.
Hmm.
However, I would recommend against it. This is not something. This is not a light accusation. If this proves to be untrue or you've misunderstood, then there will be serious repercussions with this, Eamon.
Hmm.
I don't care about the serious repercussions. I care about the love of life of my sister. Life that I endangered. I understand that life may not mean a lot to you, but it means a lot to me.
This
If I
conversation's
have to
over. Thank you
just-
for this.
Sorry. Apologies.
May I ask a question?
No, you may not. This conversation is over. Dream Speaker, would you take your friends away? I do not deserve to be talked to like this. I will not be lectured by young children and insulted. I am sure you think this is the most desperate and trying and important thing in the world right now, but that is simply not the case. I would find proof of your accusations, come back, and then we can do things properly. Or else, my suggestion would be deal with your own problems.
Come on, Eamon.
Has Amachan dropped out?
Yeah, I think he has.
Yeah.
I probably want to end the scene reasonably soon anyway.
Mhm.
Charles will meet up with you. When, if you tell him what happened, he looks disappointed but not surprised.
Mhm.
He will say something along the lines of "No offense, Eamon, but oh, you back, Amachan?"
I am here, but barely hearing everything that's going on. So
Okay, sorry. Basically, I think I want to end the scene before 10. So Charles will meet you. He won't be surprised at what happens, but he is kind of apologetic for it. He will say something along the lines of "No offense, but the order does have a kind of by the book attitude on these things, and even the pleasant ones can be aloof." He will say, "Let me see if I can call in any favors, but my cabal will assist with this problem. We'll help you get your proof, or we'll sort out the problem directly."
I think that Eamon is onto something in the sense that probably the safest bet regarding this matter, or at least the simplest one to achieve, theoretically, could be to either look back in time to know who killed his cousin, or if a member of your cabal or one of your acquaintances can speak with the departed, that might be probably the straightest answer we might be able to get.
The other option is obviously said the broad original plan of try and draw the family out and try and get in the mansion.
I am
Eamon, I don't mean to, again,
seriously considering just bullying the shit out of.
I mean, calm down.
Eamon, old boy, I know you're angry, but I think we should. I think, frankly, time is of the essence. Who knows if they're even still alive? But let us form up and we'll, as soon as possible, go to the Chantry and confront this head on. We'll either find the proof, in which case I will be there to vouch, and my cabal will be there to vouch for you, if that seems to matter, as well as Jack. And then, if not, well, then I imagine you will have done a great thing. Likely, certain members of the Order will have to, and he'll kind of glance back at Constantius, will have to back your application to join, or they will look rather foolish, won't they? With that, guys, I'm going to jump out as I'm really tired. Charles will leave you. He will tell you how to get back, but you can feel free to continue the scene if you like. But I will see you all soon. Have a good one. Bye.
Yeah, mate. So yeah, so with that, Jack will turn to Lena, like, so this is whistle stop.
Oh, sorry, Moosh. My bad.
I am really sorry, guys. My internet just went insane.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? I didn't hear any of the
So he basically said that.
happened.
So he said, Charles said that he thinks that we should go to the mansion and confront it all head on. And then they'll be there to back us up. And between the Greymane's dozen, as well as Jack, as member of the traditions vouching for you, everything will have a lot more weight with whatever we find in the mansion. And then the Order of Hermes won't really have a choice, assuming there's stuff in the mansion. And then the Order of Hermes won't have any choice but to, like he was saying, basically Constantius will basically need to recommend you to the Order of Hermes at that point to cover themselves.
Eamon just says, if that comes to that, I will shove their stupid request to their ass.
Yeah, why do you even want to be in a... Never mind.
Order of Hermes I know was individuals who pursued knowledge and acted in the best interest. This is not the order I know. This is some stupid bullshit. People who only plays blind.
With respect, Eamon, I think everyone else's outside view of the Order of Hermes is we don't disagree with the first part, but the idea of acting in the best interest doesn't seem to match up with anything the Order of Hermes does. Or that I've ever heard of it doing, I'll be honest.
They sound like a bunch of pricks.
It's about because it's basically we do give insane amount of things that is going on. Well, all they want is she just wanted to cover her ass and it's fine. And he just wanted to cover his own ass and it's cool. If he doesn't want to, when he requests help in the future, I am just not going to give it to him as well. If he does, of course. But fuck him and fuck my family.
Yeah. As you can guess, Lena, they're quite... You're not entirely off the mark.
Just going to say one thing. I know that I know that we said that we should just enter head on. But when we're done, I'm gonna burn that place to the ground.
Whatever gives you closure, and ideally doesn't kill a load of innocent people. And just remember that we might need the house intact for House Quesitori to investigate.
Yeah, when their investigation is done, then.
And then, yes, burn whatever you wish.
So, I guess you don't want me to help, huh?
Huh?
Well,
What?
you got lots of good friends, and I wasn't one of them. You know, lots of good friends helping you out, and I wasn't one of them, so I presume you don't want my help.
If you offer your help, I will gladly accept. I am not in a position to reject help. We are colleagues at the moment. Friendship may come in the future.
Probably not, but sure, I'll help you out.
If this is one of your
This
if you
is
want
me
to say
saying I'll
something,
help you
please.
out.
Just, Eamon, just, I know,
I am just not in a
Annoyed.
mood.
I know.
Sorry.
Hopefully this will be over soon. Yes. The place is nice though, Lena. And there's normally some nicer people around.
I was gonna say, there's nothing but pricks there. Can't believe why you would want to go there.
Oh, the Order of Hermes, yeah. But
I mean, the other people as well. They were like gloating, and
oh yeah, they're all
that's cool,
we
but they don't need to do that in our faces.
we don't like them.
I mean, then why did you let them get away with that?
What's the point of dealing with it? We don't. They.
Point of tuning them down?
What do we get out of that?
Satisfaction?
Not really. They're still going to be. Firstly, look at them all. They're all heavily armed and armored. I imagine they can handle themselves. Secondly, we're kind of the new kids around here anyway. No point causing a scene and a brawl, and the people who run this place are serious business. We don't want to get ourselves kicked out. And also, even if we did just beat them up, what does that even prove? At the most, we'd feel better about ourselves for a little bit, and then we'd have probably got a few teeth knocked out at the same time. No one really wins.
I mean, that depends
They
if
hit
we're following
hard.
prison rules.
I would just say they hit pretty hard.
Yeah. But
Also, I really apologize for coming to the same fucking topic again and again. The runes I check outside of my family's mention is pain and pleasure.
kinky.
Yeah.
I know this is a recurring topic, but family is weird.
So
Yeah.
is yours.
She's going to raise an eyebrow.
I didn't choose
Yeah,
to have a family of infernalism.
and Claude
What?
didn't
Just like you
choose to
didn't choose to have your family
be
be killed by
hunted
random
down by a
assassins.
murderous cult.
Yes, her family is also weird because her family is being hunted down by a cult of assassins, just like mine, who are infernalists. There's no need to just jab that knife into me
Eamon,
more and more.
they're
I'm
not
leaving.
jabbing the knife into you. You're the one doing the jabbing here, Eamon. I understand you're upset.
And Claudia leaves the room.
And Lena will follow.
I'll get them home. Eamon, I understand you're upset, and I'm with you on this, but for God's sake. He just walks out as well after the other two. And we'll make sure they can actually get back okay. Unless anyone's doing anything else, do we want to end the scene there?
You?
Yeah. Then thank you players for playing, and thank you watchers for watching, and thank you SD who has left already for SDing. This was another scene for Living World of Darkness. See you guys later.